Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us to this conversation. Today we are going to talk about internationalization at home. My name is Alice Lopez. I'm an international student here at Humber College and I study media communications. And I'm here with Jen Macmillan. She's Dean of Students here at Humber. And she's responsible for this dynamic and support environment that we have here at Humber. And she builds this feeling of belonging that we international students have here. So thanks very much for joining us to this conversation.
My pleasure, Alice. Thanks. Great to be here.
Awesome. So first, I would like to know how your division works for international students here at Humber.
Sure. So the Department of Student Success and Engagement, we work to support all students in kind of all the stuff that happens outside of the classroom. Mm-hmm. So we know that when students are engaged in post-secondary, they bring their whole selves to campus. We want them to bring their whole selves to campus, all of their experiences, all of the opportunities that exist for them to continue their learning, whether that be by joining in different programs or clubs or taking advantage of various services that we have to try and support students. Sure. Post-secondary is hard. College can be hard, and everybody needs help at some point. So what we try to do is ensure that students know it's okay to ask for help, and that we have help and resource available to them so that they can make their way through, they can be successful, and that they can get to where they want to go.
Yeah, and can you give us some challenges that the international students have here?
Sure. I think that for anyone who's traveling internationally or who's looking to live in a different place, getting acclimatized and understanding a new culture, it certainly would be a challenge for anyone. And so what we are hopeful that in what we do through programs like our first year experience program or programs where we really help students become part of a community, find some friends, like I said, know where to go for help. Those can help international students overcome some of those challenges. There are different challenges for different people. I know that at times, sometimes even just the weather is something that can be a big change for people and can have an impact in a way that those people who grew up in Canada might not have thought about. And so how do we make sure that students are aware of that it's okay to be unsure. I know when we run our Leadership Academy, we often do it in the winter, and we take many international students who come, and we're always very intentional at the beginning to make sure they know how to dress warm, to ensure that they will be comfortable as they participate in some of those programs. So it's adjustment issues. Like everyone goes through an adjustment when they come to a new campus, when they come to a new circumstance or a new environment. And for international students who have made a tremendous commitment to be here, who may have left all kinds of things familiar and may not find themselves with family or friends or some of those usual support networks around them, we try and help fill in for that and try and make sure that they know that we're glad that they're here, that we benefit from them being here, and that we welcome them and they're an important part of our community.
Yes, and for those international students that have some issues and they are not sure to whom address or to whom ask for help, where should they go? What they should do?
So certainly for all students, we have a website that we encourage all students to check out and to try and see. So wegotyou.humber.ca is an important resource for all students and for international students as well. And there's a part of that page that applies directly to international students, but that's really about finding the various resources and support services that we have for students. So we know that often access to healthcare can be an issue for international students, and we want to ensure that students have quick and easy access. And we're very fortunate at Humber in that we have full service health centers on our Lakeshore campus and our North campus, where international students can access nurses, doctors, counseling support, all types of those services that are included that they are able to access without any issue and without any problem. So that is a place that we see a lot of international students turning for help, which is great. And as I mentioned earlier, our first year experience program will run all sorts of events, cultural events, things that will support various types of students.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I feel very supported here at Humber. So what are some ways that Humber can help the international students and Humber community, how they can participate at international students' life.
I think one of the biggest things that we need to do and that we do as a community is to figure out how to capitalize on the benefit of having international students who are part of our community, who are part of our campus. Because I think, as we said, it can be a big thing, especially if folks are young, to make a decision to come to a new country. And so sometimes international students may feel like they need to focus only on their academics and really stay, kind of contained in their studies. And we need to figure out a way to help them, support them in their academics, but also get all the benefit and the richness from their experiences that they're bringing with them. And so within our residence communities, we're very interested in how we can have international students integrated and interspersed through those communities so that domestic students learn from those students, and that there's a reciprocal relationship where international students are coming here and getting a new opportunity and a new experience, but equally students who are from Canada are having the opportunity to learn from those students and understand how things are done differently in different parts of the world. And that's really a richness that we need to capitalize on. It makes us better. It makes us better at all of the things we do. It makes us better students, better staff, better researchers. All of those things we are made better by capitalizing on the diversity that can provide us.
Yes, for sure. This diversity of cultures, I think for me, it's one of the richest things that we have here at Humber and in Canada. And yeah, for sure, it's amazing, this experience. And do you remember any small thing that a staff have done for international student that changed their lives? I know that it's this question is a little bit tricky because it's hard to remember, right?
Well, and I think one of the things that I love that I see happening, as you've mentioned, and we're tremendously fortunate in Canada and in Toronto specifically to have a really rich, diverse community of people, and so I would point to recently with all the Diwali celebrations, the programming that we were able to put on, and the work that was able to go in, student-led, student-designed, with some of our students who designed this massive event on both our North Campus and our Lakeshore Campus, where both international and domestic students for whom Diwali was a really significant and important event came together to celebrate and to dance and to have all of that joy. That, to me, is the kind of thing where we create belonging. And again, it's not exclusive to international students, but it's that richness and that experience of that exchange, that community, the ability for people to celebrate together, and then the ability for others of us to learn about why that matters and what the celebration is about and how it's important. I think those are the types of things that help people establish a sense of belonging. And I think when we can help people, that's what will change lives. When we help people feel like they are welcome, they belong, they have important contributions to make, and that we want them to be here, those are the things that I think make a difference.
Yeah, this is awesome. You mentioned about Diwali, and actually I didn't know about that, and I'm from Brazil, and we don't celebrate Diwali in Brazil. And yesterday we were in the Global Learning Fair, and I got my first henna.
Yeah, I know.
So it's awesome that we are having this exchange of cultures. And for sure, for domestic students, this is also great, right?
Absolutely, and that's also been part of the intentionality at Humber, and the fact that we have international students from many, many, many different countries from all over the world. So that diversity and that exchange of culture and experience is tremendous, and it often is in food and dance and celebration, and that's an amazing experience for students to be able to have.
Yes, today we're having the Festival of Cultures here at North Campus, and I'm really excited to go after this interview. So awesome. Do you have any tips for international students that are preparing to come to Canada and study here at Humber?
I think I would go back. I mean, the opportunity to think about the fact that there will be people here who will be able to help you, and that
for sure.
It is a big journey. It is a brave thing to do. It's a courageous thing to do, but a very worthwhile thing to do. And I had the opportunity when I was younger to travel internationally quite a bit, and it's always something that I've thought has helped me for the rest of my life. And so I would encourage, as I do with all students, for international students to get involved, find ways that they can get connected with the community, both with people who may have come from their own home country and with people who are here. Find out what those opportunities are. Go to wegotyou.humber.ca and see what all the opportunities are and ways that you can get involved, and find what works for you. This experience of navigating post-secondary is a time of exploration and a time of figuring out who you are and who you want to be as you move through the world. And a great way to do that is find other people who are similar to you and other people who are very different from you, and really take advantage of all that we have to offer as you work your way through what your experience here is going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I can, I can talk by myself, right?
Yeah, that's right. You're a living example of that.
Yes. But what about the students that are thinking about coming to Canada? They're not here yet. Do you have any specific advice for them? What is the most important thing that they have to prepare before coming?
Well, I think for me, it's largely about attitude and about being open and ready to explore and experience different things. And I think that preparing themselves sort of emotionally and psychologically for what that change might be, figuring out as much as they can in advance. That's the beauty of the internet. We can provide all kinds of information in advance where people can get a sense. Even getting a sense of what campus community is like. So Life at Humber is a group of students, international and domestic students, who work within student success and engagement, and you can find all of our social media feeds through We Got You. But they do all kinds of interviews with students and all kinds of sort of glimpses of what campus life is like. And I think sometimes taking a look at that and starting to feel a bit familiar even before you ever set foot here can help it feel a little less scary. So our We Got You team of digital content creators are one of our international students also from Brazil. And so, I think taking a look at those sorts of resources that exist, so you kind of feel like you've already been here before you even get here.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. Yes. From a Humber community perspective, what are the advice that you would give to them to assist international students?
I think it's really about listening, and I think it's about understanding how big that can be to make that decision to come and study somewhere else, but then also thinking about that reciprocal relationship. So it's not just about us supporting international students, it's also about us learning from international students and really capitalizing on that resource. And how do we pull all of the great experiences and information that these students have in to make our community stronger and to make our community better. And I think that has to be a lot of our focus.
Great. Thanks so much for your time. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I really encourage people to consider coming to Humber. It's a tremendous institution. I think that we're doing a lot of things really right, and we're really grateful for the number of students who choose to come here from around the world.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for joining us to this conversation. If you like the conversation and you want to participate to our survey, we have a link on the bottom of the comments, and you can have the chance to win one of the 5 gift cards from Tim Hortons. So, okay, thank you for coming. Bye.